Okay. Got the about 9 a.m. to go for an hour.
It all depends. There are some who will, often when somebody's opposed to you on
I've read a difference. It took a long time tonight.
It took us 5 hours. It started at 10.
Of his universal, it is gender, blind, divorce is the biggest threat to marriage equality. And flip.
I knew she was the one that took out.
Respect the U.S. Constitution. Separation of church and state.
And I have another one too.
Sweet. Given the love, stop the hate. Key. Marriage is a human right, not a heterosexual privilege. And last but not least, God has a judge. Why do you?
Good job.
And flip.
Those are beautiful. Oh.
What we love doesn't have to make us different. I hearted.
Can you say YouTube?
Just
kidding.
John Marty from Roseville, glad to be here with you today. I love the wonderful families out there. I want to thank OutFront, Amy and Monica and all the staff and all the volunteers who make a difference here at the Capitol and who make a difference in every community of the state. Changing attitudes every week, every month. And Senator Dibbo's bill this year, we got to say, we shouldn't have to pass bills like that, but we sure do so we don't have any more tragedies. Safety's got to be number one. But out there, there's a sign that says, we have a dream, equality. And that's what we need, marriage equality. We're going to keep pushing for it. OutFront's efforts with all the other advocacy groups to work at the legislature with the changing attitudes. Let's get marriage equality within 3 years. That should be our goal. Keep fighting. Look forward to being with you. Thank you.
One of the most amazing historic moments of our lives. And even though we sometimes face defeat, my feeling is that when we have the opposition, it's a backhanded way of them telling us that we're winning because they have to do everything possible to stop the movement forward for all equality and justice for all people in this country. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. We've got Massachusetts, Iowa, Vermont, California, and the list goes longer and longer. It's critical that we stand here today talking to our members. I'm from North Carolina. We just got done doing the same thing. And by the way, North Carolina, 30 years of Republican Senator Jesse Helms, no longer, no more. And because of the election, we now have our first ever woman Democratic governor in the state of North Carolina. Change is happening.
I will fight until I get the full taste of freedom that we deserve as human beings. And by freedom, I mean the right to stand by your partner's side when they're in the hospital. I mean the right to have a family membership at the Rochester Athletic Club. Those of you from Rochester know exactly what I'm talking about. And lastly, the right to be open with your sexuality and still feel safe at school, at work, in the streets, and in your own home. Also, I forgot to mention this very small right. Actually, you might differ. The right that's being practiced in Connecticut, Massachusetts, Iowa, Vermont, and hopefully coming soon, Minnesota. How great would that be? Minnesota, you want it? You want it in Minnesota? I don't know. I can't wait for you guys. You see, Minnesota laws reach the most important and personal parts of our lives. And that's why we are here today, to make sure that each and every one of those laws are not discriminatory and they meet the standards of equality. And so far, I think you guys have done a pretty darn good job by just standing here and being here today. So please do not stop here. This is not the last step. I want you guys to take this fire and this activism that you've done today back with you from this capital all the way to your city and your hometown. And I want you to educate people and raise awareness to eliminate ignorance. And I will leave you on this very important quote that I wrote 5 minutes ago. If we stand ununited, we stand no chance. Together we can change, and together we will make it happen. Maybe it's been said before, but yes, we will. Thank you. Go home and do what you need to do.
Thank you all for being here. While the rally is over, the lobbying is not.